Hi everyone, welcome to another class of MBA Cat Fast Test. This is Shubham Jaiswal and today we will be beginning a new section in Quants in a series of videos where we are overviewing the basic concepts of the chapters. The section today is arithmetic, average. It's basically the sum of all the quantities available in your hand divided by the number of quantities which are available in your hand. So that is the definition of it. Now, if these quantities are arranged in an AP, let's say the quantities are 3, 7, 11, 15, and 19. These are arranged in a AP. So the average would automatically become the middle term, which is also can be given by first term plus last term divided by 2. And the term number will be the middle term. In case of an even number of terms available for the AP, the term number will come in points, zero point 0.5, but it does not matter since we are 100% focused on taking average. You will get the correct average of the two terms of in which the zero point 0.5 is gonna come. Let's say the term number is gonna come the 4.5, which means it will be the average of fourth term and fifth term. That's it. If a new person joins, what does this means? Let's say the average of 10 numbers or 10 people together is 100. Now, let's say another person joins this whose average is triple one. Now, the total number of persons available in your hand becomes 11. Now, the average would become what? Whatever extra bought here means of 100, whatever extra is bought is divided into 11 people, and this becomes, if 11 divided in 11 people, it becomes 100 plus 1. So the new average would become 1, which is divided in each one. So this is the new average. In case of age, let's say the age of 5 members, average age average is equal to 20. In the next year, it will be added by plus 1 and it will become 21. And in the preceding year, it will automatically, nothing has to be mentioned in the question, it will become minus 1. Allegations. Allegations is basically the special case in which two groups are mixed in a certain ratio such that the difference between them becomes the inverse ratio, which means if the difference here is 20, this is mixed, this 20 is mixed in 20th part and this is mixed in 10th part. In simplified, this becomes 2 is to 5. So this gives the ratio of, of this mixture with this mixture, which is 2 is to 1, to get this the resultant mixture. That is what is written is mixed in certain fixed ratios. The difference of original quantities from the final mixture obtained gives the inverse ratio in which the mixtures are mixed respectively. In case of mixtures, let's say we have two mixtures, milk and water, which are mixed in the ratio of 2 is to 3, which means milk is available in 2 parts or 5 parts, or you can consider it as liter directly. Now, what is written? The initial concentration, now the initial concentration of milk will be 2 by 5. Is being replaced in an operation. Let's say we have done one operation in which 2 liter we have taken off 5 liter and one operation is being done. So this, if you solve this, will give what? Which is the final or the reduced concentration, and which will be equal to this becomes 3 by 5, which means 2 liter is already being taken out. What we need to do is of the left thing which is left in the jar, what is the ratio of milk available? And milk was 2 by 5. So this will finally becomes 6 of 25, which means if the left mixture is divided in 25 parts, 6 parts of the milk will be remaining there. Now, moving on to ratios, how to combine multiple ratios. If the ratio is given in the form of A by B, B by C, C by D, or D by E, and the ratios are given as such, A dash by B, B dash by C, C dash by C, which is C dash by D, which is in most common type, you can directly write for this by calculating A this has to be the multiple of all the numerators. See here, A is to A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash. For B, it will be the denominator till B and then all the numerators C, B dash, C dash, D dash. For C, similarly, denominator till C and then numerators. For D, again denominator till D and then the numerator which is D dash. For E, it is the product of all the denominators. Right? Now, also, if a ratio is written in the form 4a is equal to b is equals 7c, this does not means a is to b is to c is equal to 4 is to 5 is to 6. But rather, a is to b is to c if given 4 is to 5 by 6 implies a by 4, b by 5 and c by 6. Common mistakes we generally tend to do in the examination. And what this actually means or what this means and of 15 parts in total, A is 4 parts, B is 5 parts, and C has 6 parts. And not 4A is equal to 5B or 6C. Now, moving on to proportions. Proportion is said if A is to B is in proportion with C is to D, means A by B is equal to C by D, which can be also said ki if C is replaced by B, which means A is to B is in proportion with B is to C, this means it is a continued proportion, which also becomes B square is equal to AC because this C if replaced by B, it will become B square, and since B is replaced by C, it becomes AC. So B square is equal to AC. This also will mean if A is first proportion, B is second proportion, this is called C becomes third proportion of A and B. Right? Now percentages. If successive increase or decrease in percentages is there, the order of increase or decrease does not matter. Let's say you have to calculate percentages increase, 10% increase, 20% increase, 45% decrease, and then 60% increase. You can calculate first this, second this, third this, fourth this. The order won't matter. The result remains same while calculating successive percentages. For two percentages available in your hand, let's say 10% increase and 30% decrease, you can put the values in here, but remember to use plus and minus sign accordingly. If there is an increase, remember to add plus sign. If there is a decrease, remember to add minus sign, and then you solve it, you will have directly the resultant of the percentages available in your hand. This will become minus 20 plus 3. It becomes minus 17. So there will be a decrease in 17% if you have a 10% of increase and 30% of decrease. Now, if there are two quantities A and B, of which B is 25% greater than A, which means B becomes 1/4 greater than A, right? So, if B is 1/4 greater than A, the value of N and D here becomes 1 by 4. Now, if B is 1/4 greater than A, this also means A is some percentage of lesser than B. And how much it is, it will be easily calculated by the formula n divided by d plus n. Here the value of n we obtained for 25% is 1 by 4. So if any quantity is increased by 1/4, which is 25%, it will have a decrease of 1/5, which is 1 divided by 4 plus 1, and which is a decrease of 20%. So always remember this thing, if there is an increase from A to B, the percentage of increase will always be greater than the percentage of decrease from B to A. Now, where the application of this could be applied, we know there is a very simple formula: distance is equal to speed into time. If distance is remained constant and speed is increased by 2 by 5, the time will decrease by 2 by 3. Remember? So, this is how it can be applied. Now, this also could be applied in expenditure, price or consumption. If price is decreased by 1 by 4, the consumption will increase by 1 by correct 3. Now, these are some percentages values we all must know so that to appear good in the examinations. By the way, remembering the values still here would do good, no issues. But if you can remember it till here, and we all know who is gonna remember it till here, Toss the topper. Now, this is another set of percentages values. Just have a look at these values, and you don't need to remember all these such values. Have a look so that if you get to see 62.5 in the examination or in any other things, or 36.36 you get to see, you just know ki you can derive it in a fractional form, right? Okay. We will continue this topic in the next video. I hope the learning helps you, and thanks for watching.